Hello, friend. This is Ryan Hicks of TalkToProfit.com, and today I want to talk to you about why you must stop letting the results control you, why you must walk by faith and not by sight. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7 says very plainly, "For we walk by faith, not by sight." And you have to understand, if you're looking at the results in your life and that controls how you behave, that controls what you do, and understand, if your results are always terrible, always bad, yeah, you need to make some changes, of course. The results give you evidence of what you've been putting out there by your consciousness, by the thoughts of your heart, what you've been meditating on. But maybe you've been doing the right things. Maybe you've been sowing good seeds out in the world. Maybe you've been speaking the word of life. You've been decreeing those things you want. You've been believing that you'll have what you say. So maybe you are just waiting for a harvest, and if you just look around at the results and they're not currently what you want and what you've been speaking towards, if you allow them to change what you do and say, well, I guess it's not working. I might as well just stop these affirmations. I might as well stop visualization. I might as well stop prayer. I might as well stop the hard work I've been putting in. No, 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 no. That is the proverbial 3 feet from gold, where there's that man, he's digging and he's digging and he's so close to gold, but he's just dug for so long. And he might as well just give up. There's just no way there's any gold here. He's wasted his time. And he turns around and sells the mine to somebody else who digs just 3 more feet further and strikes gold. That's where so many people are. Right when they are about to receive the blessing, they are about to receive the manifestation, they are about to receive a mighty harvest, they shrink back. They stop doing the things that got them to where they are and got them to where they're going to go, because they let the results affect how they actually live their lives. And like I said, this is not to say that you don't look at your results and see what's going on and are they evidence of bad practices, because they could be. But it also could be evidence of just old seeds that were sown, and it has nothing to do with what you're currently doing. And everything you're doing right now is right, and you should continue down that path. And if you allow the results to change what you're doing, to change who you are, to change how you behave in this world, you're constantly being controlled by circumstances, not realizing that it is from your heart that the issues of life, those circumstances of life, are flowing in the first place. So it almost becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Well, I guess this isn't working. So you stop doing the things that are making it work, or were working towards making it work for you. You're about to get the harvest. Well, I guess it's not working. You stop doing it. It doesn't work for you. You kill off that harvest. It's about to grow up, and you just killed it off completely. And you say, well, see, didn't work. But it was because you allowed sight and not faith to rule your life. You allowed the circumstances of the world to affect how you behave and how you act in this world. And that is a fatal flaw, and that will lead you down a path of destruction every single time. Walking by faith means that sometimes you see things and they're not what you want. But because you don't walk by sight, and because you walk by faith, you just continue forward doing the right things. Now, if you know what you're doing is not right, you know there's something else you should be doing, but you haven't been doing it, then by all means change what you're doing. But don't just change things because the results are not to your liking right now. Because everybody started somewhere, and it may not have been the best place. Some people start really poor and lowly and in terrible positions in life. But if they allowed that to define them, they allowed that to be what they base their life on, they would never get anywhere. Every day you wake up, you have a choice. Am I going to live by sight? Am I going to observe the lying vanities of the world? Am I going to see what's going on in the world and think this is about me and I have to change my life based on that? Or am I going to live by faith? Am I going to speak words of faith, speak words of life? I don't care what's going on in the world. I don't care what people say. I don't care what threats they say or what bad things could occur. I'm going to live by faith, boldly by faith, decreeing and speaking words of life and faith over everything in my life and over everyone I know, and I'm going to live a blessed and abundant life. I will not give in. I will not relent. I will not let up in the least. That attitude will get you to the promised land. You can be like the ones who were contrary to Caleb and Joshua. the ones who said we can't do it, the ones that said we were like grasshoppers, the ones that said we can't take that land, the ones that said that they were going to be limited. Or you can be the one that says, yeah, there's some things going on over there that are not in our favor, but we can overcome. We can be victorious. We will by the blessing of the Lord. And you choose this every day. You may not recognize it because it's not some flashing light that pops up in your room right when you wake up. Choose this day what you're going to do. But every day you do make a choice. And it's those little tiny actions that lead to all the issues of your life that you're going through. Did you wake up and you started focusing on social media? Did you read some news here and there? Did you play some video games? Did you watch some television? Did you get yourself into a bad rut, starting the day in negativity, starting your day in worldliness, starting your day in sight and not faith? That's a choice you made. Did you even acknowledge God when you woke up? Were you grateful to Him? Were you living from an attitude of gratitude? Were you walking by faith? These things might seem simplistic, it might seem tiny, but all your little actions throughout the day are you choosing one way or the other. You're choosing faith or you're choosing sight. You're choosing blessing or you're choosing cursing. You're choosing life or you're choosing death. You make the choice each and every day through your actions, even tiny actions that seem completely innocent and to not matter in the least. What you must do is live from a place of a person of faith, bold, mighty faith. How would that person choose to act throughout the day? Would they do what you're doing? If not, make some changes. This is not based on results. This is based on who you are as a person, your character and substance, and your nature, because you've been a partaker of the divine nature, your unlimited nature, and you start making decisions based on that, not based on lack, not based on whatever the world might tell you, not based on what your friends and family might tell you. And certainly not based on what you see going on in the world, the results and the circumstances of life, because you realize you're victorious already, and you've already have what you say, and you already believe and receive, and you start living a glorious life by faith. And yes, in the natural world, you might not see all the manifestations, all the harvests right here and now, but you see them by the eye of faith. You see them by your great boldness to continue down the right path, regardless of what the world tells you, regardless of what the circumstances tell you. You just continue walking by faith and not by sight. And in the end, you'll get every single thing you've desired and more, because God is unlimited and God is abundant and God blesses those who do the right things in the right way. God blesses those who are righteous and who live a godly life. God blesses those who walk by faith and not by sight. And my friend, that is you. You walk by faith and not by sight. And so do not ever let the results control you again. My friend, walk by faith and not by sight. I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.